name is Chrissy. Hi, my name is Gerline.
Hi, my name is Erica.
Hi, my name is Allison.
We are the How group, and today we're gonna start off by telling you how the Bill of Rights was made. A long, long time ago, there was never any Bill of Rights, only the plain old beginning of the Constitution. When the government told the states to sign the Constitution, the states said no. Why? Well, because they said, well, it'll be like King George all over again. We want our rights. We will make a deal. If we sign the Constitution, you'll add our rights later.
The government said okay, and later they added what we call the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights had 12 amendments, but the government decided to take 2 away. But of course, you must know that. What you don't know the Bill of Rights was made? Well, what are we waiting for? Let me tell you. The Bill of Rights was created to make it sure that as the country grew, these 10 specific rights would never be violated or crossed off. They did this so nobody would change the Bill of Rights, and that hopefully it would also keep the country safe and that nobody would break these rights. It also was created because the people believed we needed specific rights. Since people wanted all of this, they finally came up with what we call now the Bill of Rights. I could go on and on about the Bill of Rights, but I don't want to bore you on the Bill of Rights. So let's move on to the next topic, which is the 3 parts of the Constitution and how it was made.
Since we are the How group, we're going to tell you how each part of the Constitution was made.
Some people wonder, how is the Constitution made? Well, first, there was never even the Constitution. There was only the Articles of Confederation. The Articles of Confederation had a weak government, which means that if 2 states are fighting, then the government won't have any power to stop them. Then the government said, we need a new government. So they tore down the Articles of Confederation and created the Constitution.
There are 3 parts in the Constitution. Today I'm going to tell you how each one of those parts will work. I bet you are wondering how the first part of the Constitution is made. First of all, the first part is called the Preamble. The Preamble was written by a man named Governor Morris. The Preamble outlines the purposes of the Constitution.
The second part of the Constitution is the Articles. The Articles are the first plan of the government of the United States, which includes the Bill of Rights and many more. The first part of the Articles is about the legislative branch. The legislative branch is the lawmaking part of the government.
Then it starts telling about the Congress, the House of Representatives, the Senate rules of procedures of the legislative branch. Article 1 was written by Edmund Randolph, William Patterson, Oliver Ellsworth, Roger Sherman, and Dr. William Samuel Johnson. The legislative branch does its work by making new laws or enforcing laws.
Okay. The Congress and the Senate and the House of Representatives is in the legislative branch. The second article is about the executive branch. The executive branch is the president and vice president officers and what their jobs to do. The Congress all says yes to the law, but the president says no to the law. Goes back to Congress and they fix the law.
Then the law goes back to the president ratified or veto, which means that the president says yes to the law. I bet you're wondering how the second article was made. The second article was made by the same people who made the first article.
The people part of this is the president and the vice president. The third and last and most important article is the judicial branch. The judicial branch is the part of the government which figures out the meaning of the laws. The people who made the third article were, as you know, the same people who wrote the first and the second article.
The judge and police are people who are part of the judicial branch. All the three parts use the same system, the check-balance system. The check-balance system is a system between the three branches, judicial branch, executive, and legislative branch. The check and balance system branches. The check and balance system makes sure that each branch does not have too much power.
It works by if one power, for example, the executive branch, starts to boss all the other branches, then the other branches can balance the executive to be equal with them or the branches. Also, the three branches also make decisions like this, which is really good. Compromise was reached in Philadelphia, combining the New Jersey plan and the Virginia plan.
This has been a major conflict for quite a while. The New Jersey plan was debated for 4 days, but the larger states rejected it. The Virginia plan was debated for 2 weeks. The New Jersey plan became the House of Representatives, and the Virginia plan became the Senate.
This was called the Great Compromise. A third and last part of the Constitution is the amendments. The first 10 amendments were the Bill of Rights.
Not everybody knows who wrote the Bill of Rights. Some people think it was Thomas Jefferson, while some go for George Mason. The amendment started during 1791 and ended 1992.
Wow, just to see how many amendments are in the whole Constitution, like 500. If you are wondering about what amendment means, I'm going to tell you. Amendment is part of the Constitution. As I said before, there are a lot of amendments in the Constitution.
The thing that is really weird is that only 5 are really important. Well then, what are we waiting for? Let me tell you the really important parts. Let's get started.
The first important amendment I am going to tell you about is the right for women to vote. I can't believe women weren't allowed to vote a long time ago. That is so unfair. Well, back on track, let's return to explaining about the amendment. Women got the right to vote at the year of 1920, 50 years after black men got to vote. Women also got the right to vote when the Constitution added the 19th Amendment.
How did this happen? Well, a new suffrage society called the WSPU, which stands for Women's Social and Political Union, was formed in 1903. But a group of women determined to gain the franchise. Franchise means a store, restaurant, or other business operating under such a license. Well, finally, the woman got the suffrage, which means the woman got the right to vote and run for office.
Let's talk about the rights of blacks to vote. Well, the blacks got to vote in the year of 1870 after the Constitution added the 15th Amendment, which states, the citizens of the USA or any other state cannot be denied by the amount of race, color, or previous condition of servitude.
Blacks got the right to vote following the Civil War. To be able to vote, a person should be able to read before they can register to vote. The blacks were illiterate, so they prevented them to vote. For 12 years after the Civil War, soldiers of the Union Army helped make sure that blacks would get to vote in the South.
When the soldiers left, though, whites in the South invented many ways to keep blacks from voting. They succeeded for almost 100 years. After slaves were freed, all black men were given the right to vote according to the Constitution.
Gangsters were people who who didn't listen to the law gangsters were people who didn't listen to the law and made up their own. The Constitution crossed out the 18th Amendment because they couldn't take all the gangsters and people who weren't listening to the law anymore.
That turned into repealing a provision that was the 21 Amendment. Do you know why your parents don't let you vote? Well, that's because the 26th Amendment states that ages 18 or older can only vote.
The age used to be 21 below. The people always wanted to change the age vote, so they kept polls to see what the people wanted. Then sometimes the Congress changes the age.
They changed the law permanently to 18 because the House of Representatives passed the amendment on December 18, 1917.